Welcome to the Power Up, Maximize Your Potential show, where innovation meets transformation, and you have one goal, and that's to
power up.
Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Cheryl.
And I'm your host, Eric.
And we are excited to be with you once again on EM-Spire TV, Dream-Spire TV, with you today because we have an incredible guest, as we always have incredible guests. And today we have Mr. Rob Howze. Rob is a philanthropist. He's a businessman. He is a musician, a husband, a father, and he loves technology, which is so appropriate because this is the place where innovation meets transformation.
That's right.
And we have an opportunity to chat with Rob today about technology and its impact on human behavior, performance, as well as mindfulness. So we are excited to talk to him and to see what else he has on the horizon. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back after this message.
Welcome back to the Power Up Show, Maximize Your Potential with Cheryl and Eric. Be sure to like us on Facebook at Power Up, Maximize Your Potential, and check out our recommended tips for self-improvement, our Power Up posts that include motivational tips and best practices to help you maximize your potential. And you can also view the recent shows we have had with some of our amazing guests doing some amazing things. And speaking of amazing guests, it is my pleasure to introduce to you today our guest, Rob Howze. So Rob, he's a philanthropist, he's a businessman, he's a musician, he's a husband, and like Cheryl said, he loves technology. And over the past 20 years, he's had the pleasure of serving in leadership roles for various sectors, from corporate to nonprofit, marketing, promotions, public relations, speaking, and business development are his most valuable skill sets. I can't wait to talk to him about that. Every day he wakes up looking forward to being able to utilize all of his knowledge and experience to empower people to make decisions that will ultimately improve their lives. So I'm excited to bring in Mr. Rob Howze.
I'm excited too. So let's
Wow. I'm excited as well because if something like that, whoever is saying they're doing that has to have a lot of good things happening in their life, because that is a lot. I was listening to you read that. I was like, wow, I'm so blessed to be able to have that be the bio read. Thank you.
You are very welcome.
At least, Rob, you didn't think about it and go, that's all me? That's why I don't sleep.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you, welcome back. We're so excited to be able to have you on today. And so I'm going to start out with my first question. And this is about you being listed as an empowerment artist. So share with our viewers, what does that truly mean?
Well, we'll start with the two words, empowerment. The word empower means, so everybody has the ability to, beat an addiction, build their business, establish a good relationship. We all have the power to do it, but we don't always know where to find it. Mm-hmm. So, empowering is finding the power from within. So I've been blessed to be aware enough to understand my failures enough to be able to teach them. And so I've been doing that, and I've studied in various sectors, So let's be very specific. So when it came down to spirituality, I became a pastor for 10 years. I loved it. I personal trained, was a health coach for 10 years. Studied psychology for 10 years, neuroscience for 5. And I'm saying all this because I did all and I built businesses for 20, nonprofits and profits. The best is the nonprofits because those are the ones that give and keep on giving. The point is this: the beautiful thing about all those things is I get a chance to empower people, whether it's build a business, beating addiction, get into college, build your muscles, build your mindset. And so the word artist in everything we do in this life is a creation of us. But I really am an artist, a musician and creative artist. Everything I do is an art. And so I said, wow, empowerment artist. And it just makes sense. That was a long explanation, but now you really understand exactly what it is. And we all are empowerment artists, like you, Cheryl, Eric, you are empowerment artists. I mean, what you're doing right now is artistry, and you're empowering people, powering them up. Hello, you better preach. Come on.
I love it. I love it, especially when you use the name of the show in your concepts. But I think what you said is so important because oftentimes you find people that they teach and they haven't been practitioners of. Mm-hmm. And so what you're explaining is that you are truly a practitioner of what you're teaching, what you are, empowering individuals. And I see your t-shirt, which we're going to get to that later about the 1 billion healthy people. So I want to ask you now about your the practice that you do with AI. So what role does AI technology truly play in enhancing human behavior and performance?
Oh my goodness. Okay, there's various entities. If you're talking about, weight management and mindset, then you have your ability to track and measure and understand analytics to optimize. Easy. Like once I saw, on my phone, I said, what the, wow. And so let me try and do 10,000. Then I said, okay, let me try 15,000. And every day it would make me think about enhancing my steps. Before you knew it, I was doing 20,000 steps a day. Now, now I do 10 to 15,000 steps a day because of technology. I use technology to enhance my understanding. So that's on a lower level. On a higher level, with our company, Scale Through Automation, we basically help companies. So you have people who come to work every day and they do certain behaviors like it's monotonous, the same type of repetitive, mundane, implementing program, whatever it is, something they're doing, but it's repetitive. Well, what we do, we eliminate that by implementing what's called, robotic processes, AI, essentially. And now that person who's doing that can now be reallocating their energy to doing something more, forward-focusing, customer servicing, networking, marketing, using their critical thinking skills, right? And not being trapped. Not only does it help the person, but then now the company, when you do something like that, you remove errors, which now heightens efficiency. So now everybody's winning. So on a low level, you can use technology to enhance your life today. And on a higher level, you really can transform your business. I'm talking about ridiculous overnight because that's just what it is. It's just technology. It's weird, but it's wonderful if used correctly. I got to say that. Got to use it correctly. You got to know what you're doing because it's like a scalpel. It can save your life or it can take it.
Right. I think that's so interesting how you were able to really show the connection between AI and being able to how it impacts human behavior. I mean, I haven't really heard that twist before, and I think that your take on it can really make an impact to a lot of people who are stuck, who are trying to power up, and I can just sense you having this idea about, hey, you know what, this AI technology, this can help you out, and I think how you frame it that way can really get a lot of buy-in to a lot of our viewers. And so along those lines, I'm curious about, you talk about how mindfulness, the mindfulness era and the information age, both of those two things have converged. And so why do you think that is so significant right now?
Oh my God. No one's ever asked me that. I'm like, wow. Like, you want to know? Well, let me tell you.
While we are on a time limit.
Right. Thank you for sharing that bit of information. That's very important, actually. Well, let me make this concise. I can condense this thing because I've been thinking about it. So this is the mindfulness era, which means we are now at a state in time where people are the most aware of their surroundings, like at the most ever. You look on the magazines, Time magazines, you got mindfulness. Like Time magazine had mindfulness on the cover like 17 times in the last couple years. This is it. So this is the era where people are awake, but it's also the digital era. This is the digital age, which means we're communicating faster than we ever have. Like literally, my relationship, my business, I haven't met anyone. All of my relationships I have met anybody. They're online, LinkedIn. Literally, you can change the world just from where you are. So now the ability to do what we need to do can happen so fast, and our minds are open so much. That means we can get the information to the people who need it faster than ever. The pros to that is that now hunger, homelessness, poverty, all those things begin to diminish because our communication has accelerated and enhanced. The downside is you still got humans, and humans control the technology. I'm not even going to speak about the negative, but we know there's pros and there's cons. Here's the beautiful side. There's more people that want good than don't. And because this is the mindfulness era, now they have an opportunity to be awake and connect. And for the first time in the history of, I'm going to call it America, the first time in the history of America, the collective is awake to the dysfunction. Like, it's an awakening for the first time. You're like, what? Why not? What was the thing? Well, I'll tell you what the thing was. Technology. They got to see that brother in the knee on the neck. The knee on the neck, they got to see it. The technology allowed people to see it and connected everyone. Like, whoa, it's because of that. And the era we're in, so now we're awake. So we're awake and we saw that. That's not what we're supposed to see. So I gave you a long one, but that was a story inside of it to how it really fits.
Yeah, well, that's really interesting, man. And I really appreciate what you said about the positive and negative side, because part of me, when you're talking about, I can see on one side where it's like, wow, that sounds really, it can be kind of scary, if you use it, for bad. But I mean, it could be really worthwhile. It can really enable and encourage a lot of other people to be more informed and be better versions of themselves. So the way you characterize it, you almost sound like a superhero, man. like using your technology for the good of people.
I have a Superman costume right in that closet right there.
I bet you are dead serious about that too, man. I think what's really impressive about you is that your experience spans all over different types of sectors. But one of the things I think is very remarkable is what you're doing to serve the community. You've been doing some work to help our youth. Can you talk about your endeavors with Camp Fit and Worldwide Community for a bit?
Absolutely. That's the love of my life. My wife and I, we started the nonprofit in 2007. And we started it with the idea we wanted to have a place where kids could come, have an after school program. We could work with them, do sports, work basically the mind, body, and spirit. We were working on all three, through programs, activities, initiatives, and just fun. And there she is walking in. Hey, babe, Worldwide Community. That's funny. She's just walking in. And so, and we started that, and with summer camps. And then one day, the kids were working out. I was like, man, you're seeing so much progress. I was like, the world needs to see this. I feel so selfish right now. So we started filming it. And I was like, let's turn it into a reality show. Why not? I mean, we got 8 weeks of camp. Let's go 8 episodes, 1 episode per week. And before you know it, that's what happened. So my boy, Ron Briggs, who unbelievable guy, he shot the first 5 episodes. Sorry, I said Ron Briggs. Yeah. Thank you. Ron Williams. Thank you. I love Ron Briggs. That's my boy too, but he doesn't know anything about film. Ron Williams is the man, though. He shot all 5. 1 camera. And you go back and watch all these Camp Fit. I'm talking about the Camp Fit episodes. So to give you some context, we had the program, and we decided to make a Camp Fit program more focused on fitness, but it was still mind, body, and spirit fitness. It was still, that holistic wellness fitness. But the kids will come, and we would have nutritionists come to the program, coaches and trainers, other mentors and experts will come out. We would have them build out dream boards, write their goals down, actually find ways to execute them, come back. Because we're doing a lot with these kids. It was so fun. Just imagine the kind of school that you want to go to. We just created that. So that's what Camp Fit was. And I got to tell you, I'm looking forward to the evolution of that, because what I see something coming, and not in this season. I see it maybe in a few years. Because school is changing, but it's time for our children to be educated to where they're prepared for the future, not just systematized, put into some program because this is what was said. We need to make sure that our kids are prepared, not just with the intellect, but the soft skills. Emotional intelligence outweighs intelligence every day of the week. You can have a real intelligent person as your leader. Without emotional intelligence, we got what we have had around here for a little bit of time. I don't got to talk much. You got to have that. And so we get how you get it, teach it, show them things, give them activities. So that's what our program was. That's what it was. It's the greatest time of our lives, actually.
Man, I can sense it.
I know Eric is going to take us to a break, but I have to ask you, because this is such an amazing program. How does someone partake in the program?
So now it's on pause.
Okay.
Now it's on pause. We'll probably come back. There was a lot of restructuring had to be done, and then we got this thing, COVID stirred this up. I kind of restructured a lot. But I've still been working with kids and doing things, individually. But thank you for asking that. When it does surface, I will let you know. Right now, I'm just really into like the collaboration and supporting the nonprofits in those initiatives and helping them connect with each other. Because that's one of the skills that I've built over the years is networking. It's really a skill that should be taught. People think that networking is you just get up and just do it. No, it's an essence to it, and it's an emotion to it. There's an empathetic direction you need to have. It's a whole lot. But if you do it right, you build that relationship capital, it outweigh that financial capital all day. So anyway.
So you mean to tell me networking is not about collecting a bunch of business cards? What?
A bunch of business cards that get stored away in your basement or some cubby, and you forget about it for a long time.
Exactly. Forever.
Rob, I can definitely sense the passion that you have with Camp Fit and worldwide community. I mean, that's awesome, and please let us know when you get this back, because I think a lot of youth can definitely benefit from what you're doing. I think it's work that I can sense how proud you are, and it's just a great initiative. So thank you for sharing that. And this is a great discussion overall too, and we're going to take a quick break. So stay tuned. We're going to hear more from Rob about his community work, how he's using technology to enhance human behavior, especially during this time of disruption. So stay tuned.
Welcome back to Power Up. We are in conversation with Mr. Rob Howze. Rob is a philanthropist, a businessman, a musician, a technology guru, among many other accolades that I could actually add to his name. And plus he has a Superman suit in the back. All things. So we are pleased to be here with you again today, Rob. So thank you.
Thank you. Bob, it's my pleasure.
So, Rob, I have to ask you a question. What leadership skills allowed you to literally preserve during this time of disruption? What have you had to literally hone in on during this time?
Stillness. Stillness has been the answer. And that is a discipline, because you have 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. Okay. So imagine, every car was a thought, and it's on the highway, got 60 to 70,000. So stillness removes the cars and gives you the ability to get centered. And then I would say the next one is focus. And when I say focus, so you're still, now you're focused and goal oriented. So now I have a goal. So I created a stillness. Then I'm getting focused. And the focus gives me clarity on the actual goal. So having specific goals, it's very it's interesting. A lot of people think that they're not motivated. They don't have motivation. But I can't lose weight. I want to lose weight, but I'm not motivated. I want to build the business every day to get up and do it, but I really do. What's wrong with me? I'm just not motivated. It's not motivation. It's a lack of clarity. When you don't have clarity, you don't know where you're going. Eventually, you just stop going. Who wants to go around in circles, right? And so I would say, stillness, focus, goal. And if you do it this way, when I say goal, I mean have a clear goal. What are you trying to accomplish? What is it? What is the thing? And if you do it that way, that will just allow you to make better decisions. And it doesn't always work, okay? It doesn't always work, but it works a lot. And so for me, that has given me the ability just to make the best. Uh-oh, you still here? Oh yeah. Oh, that gives me the ability to make the best decision. Like, it allows me to have the best perspective for that moment. That's all you can have. So
right.
Yeah,
that's a great point, man. Hey, I'm just curious. You talked about stillness. What can somebody do right now to practice that? What do you do to practice more stillness?
Yeah, a couple things. Stillness is not always just sitting still. And don't think of stillness like going to the top of the Himalayan mountains, although that's a great thing to do if you can get there. But stillness is just finding a space, taking a walk, clearing every single thing that is becoming an external influence or impulse to you. Just getting away from that. That's all it really is. And then breathing. This is the catalyst to it. 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. No one does that on purpose. I'm going to show you one time how long this takes. Starting. Right then, I just literally reset my nervous system. You could measure me and you would see that my levels have dropped. They did measurements in showing people who have anxiety and their blood pressure rising when they take that deep breath, something happens. And that's the beginning of really getting centered and getting still. You get that stillness. I recommend trying to being still first, and then you can walk, because I walk and just breathe. I walk with thousands of steps, not talking, just breathing. No headphones, just breathing. And then I'll go into visionary, and that's a different thing, but it's like, visioneering, a vision of the future. But with the stillness, then the focus, then the boom. Come on.
Wow.
Just think. You approach everything like that. The level of efficiency, how much it will heighten.
That is so important, especially now. I was just reading when they talked about the issues that we're having now with mental health.
Mm-hmm.
And even during this pandemic, the depression, the anxiety, the isolation, all of that people are literally carrying within them.
Yes.
And this level of stillness is truly a factor that can lessen all of that.
Oh my goodness. So much. Better than any pill you think. Just so everyone knows, everything that you need to heal your body is inside of you. Like your body produces everything it needs. We've been given a whole lot of things and told a whole lot of things, so there's a whole lot of defects that are happening. But this body, you got everything you need. So if you can just let your body focus on your body and put the right things into your body, the right thoughts into your body, the right surroundings and people into your life, which is your body, you can have a good body. You got a power.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just saying.
Amen to that. Yeah.
So Eric, do you have a question, or is it time for the power up card?
I think it's time for the power up card. I think we're approaching, towards the end. I want to make sure that we have this on time here.
Because I want to know about the 1 billion people that you are trying to influence to be healthy.
Yes.
Here's what we have, Rob. On the Power Up Show, we have these Power Up cards. And you, from where you are going to select a card, and I'm going to ask you the question that is on the card, and you're going to give us your best answer.
Wow, that's cool. Okay.
And you're going to go just like this, and you're going to pick that card. I think it's this one.
How do you know?
See how magical that
is? Technology at its finest.
Yeah.
So the card says, what random act of kindness could you perform right now?
Right now, random act of kindness. I could cook dinner for my wife tonight.
I hope she can hear you.
Yeah, right.
No,
smart guy.
There you go. That's that love language, right? That's the power of the love language.
Yeah. Yeah, too. Yeah.
So before we leave, though, I want to find out more about your passion in 1 billion healthy people.
So, we have 7.7 billion people on the planet, and 70% of the population is overweight. 40% is obese, and there are over a billion people with mental health challenges, diagnosed, and there are so many different things that I could mention in regards to mental, physical, even spiritual health. When I say spiritual, we call it spiritual or soulful, depending on where you come from and what you like to receive. Whatever that thing is that's keeping you alive, like you're breathing some intelligence you don't understand, that, right? There's a connection with that. If that's unhealthy, you're unhealthy. So you got your mind, body, and spirit. So 1 billion healthy, and think about 1 billion healthy, wealthy human doings. You think about, how do you get mentally, physically, and spiritually healthy? Well, it's really simple. We have complicated it because we're really complex creatures. Amazing. That's how we got to the moon. I love that. But we're so complex, we can't understand how to talk to our neighbor, right? So it's like, how do we fix that? Mind, body, and spirit. One, with the mind, make sure you're putting the right things into your mind. Surrounding yourself with the right people, reading the right books, challenging yourself, growing, spending your time doing the things that are going to serve your mind, right? Your body. Move every day. Just move. Just get up and walk. 30 minutes at least a day. An hour if you want to be big time. Get 10,000 steps, 10,000 steps every day. Just do it. Just go out and walk. And then you don't have to change your entire diet up. Just cut your sugar in half and put more color on your plate. Means fruits and vegetables. Just make some tiny adjustments. Start moving, start eating better, and make sure you're drinking water. Simple. You know why you gotta drink water? Well, the earth is 70% Water. Your body, 70% water. Without water, the earth is gone, so are we. Okay? Get the water in yourself. And then in regards to the spirit or the soul, real easy. Gratitude. Being grateful is what you need. This, before religion, before your faith, before everything, because you can't get to that if you're not grateful. And so that gratitude is simple as being thankful for the things you currently have. That's the fastest way to understanding what gratitude is. Appreciating what you have. Appreciating who's in your life. Even the things that you feel aren't serving you, they are serving you, because we only get what we want a lot of times by knowing what we don't. Okay? So, and I think of mind, body, and spiritual health, 1 billion healthy, wealthy human doings. When I think healthy, wealthy, because healthy is the new wealthy. I think is that on the back? Is that on the back? What does it say on the back?
It says Fit World, connecting the world to wellness.
Oh, that was the app that I created. Oh,
okay.
All the trainers and everyone to people who needed them. But okay, fine. Again, right? I'm just trying to find technology and find ways to connect people. But here's a point behind this 1 billion healthy. If you get 1 billion healthy, wealthy people, you get 1 billion healthy people, and they just told one person. Now you got 2. I figure, you know, I know life is that simple. I know it is. We've complicated it. We can get healthy. It's a mindset shift and an understanding. We can get ourselves in the right predicaments to enhance ourselves. We can support each other. We can lift each other up. And then what happens when we do? What happens when everybody is connected? And for the most part, you always got the other side, but for the most part, there are not people going without homes, without food, without resources, because we're connected so much. So not only are we taking care of those basic needs, but now we've enhanced our lives in the world around us so much. It starts with this, and it starts with us.
That's beautiful. That is, yeah, that's a perfect way to end that. Drop the mic right there. That was awesome. Oh man. Well, look, man, thank you so much for your time, man. This was awesome, man. Cheryl, what do you think?
This is amazing. We have some amazing guests on the show, and you have just increased that level of what we can bring to our viewers. So thank you for your ideology, for sharing that with us, and for helping us to be able to help spread that and get to that 1 billion people of health, wealthy people doing.
Yes. Thank you. This is a fantastic conversation. I really appreciate this.
Absolutely. Well, Rob, I guess we always end with our final question, Eric. Is that your question?
Right. Yeah. Well, just one last question. What advice would you? I mean, you shared a lot of good tips, but I'm just curious. What advice would you give to people to help them power up?
Love yourself and love other people and self-reflect. Do every single day. Love yourself. You know, that's the first thing. If your cup is empty, you can't get, no one can drink. Okay. You're dry, they're dry. Love yourself. Love other people. That means outwardly doing, supporting, compassion. Then everyday self-reflect. The self-reflection is important because you may think you're doing a certain thing, but someone else is saying you're doing something else, and you're not doing what you think you're doing because you're not reviewing your life. So reflection is big. You know, love yourself, love other people, and self-reflect. Self-reflection. We're talking about self-reflection. Self-reflection. I'm actually gonna write that song.
Oh man.
Amazing. I thought we was gonna have another segment. I said, oh, he needs a solo screen for this one. Well, thank you so much for joining us on the Power Up Show, Maximize Your Potential, Rob. When you get your group started, or whenever you want to, feel free to come back and visit us again.
Yeah, you definitely got to come back. Definitely.
Appreciate that. Really good.
Thank you. Have an amazing evening.
You too. Bye-bye.
Thank you, man. Have a good one.
You too.
Wow. That was pretty amazing. Yeah.
Amazing. Yes.
Yeah.
1 billion people, healthy doing. People healthy, wealthy doing.
Yeah. Yeah. And I like the wealthy part because, when you feel healthy, I mean, you are, in a sense, you are wealthy as well, So um, he dropped a lot of good gems to us today. I mean, our viewers are really going to value a lot of the things that he talked about.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what? I guess, gosh, it's time for us to say goodbye. Where does the time
Already?
Where does the time go? I'll tell
I know, right?
We are so excited that you guys come and join us every time that we have a guest on. It's always so important for us to bring people that are truly innovative and transformational. So definitely follow us on YouTube, on EM-Spire TV. Follow us on EM-Spire. Go to the website, find out some of the other guests that we've had in the past because everybody has shared something different. And then join us on our Facebook group at Power Up, Maximize Your Potential. We are always anxious and eager to see what you guys think of the shows. We love to read the comments. We'd love for you to ask questions so that we can have some engagement. And who knows, maybe you'll be a guest.
Hey, that sounds like a great idea.
You never know. And then also subscribe to EM-Spire TV's YouTube. So that way you can see all of what's happening at EM-Spire TV because there are some amazing things happening with EM-Spire Media. And I guess at that point, it's time to go.
Yeah, this is another great episode, and I'm glad that we had him on the Power Up Show because this is the place where innovation meets transformation, and I think we heard it today.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we have one goal, only one. Keep it simple. Isn't that what Rob said? Keep it simple.
That's right.
So our one goal is for all of you to power up.
Power up.
Have an amazing day. Eric, I'll see you later.
I'll see you soon.